Hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I'll be sharing with you guys how I made this beautiful kimono from scratch. Okay, if this beginners friendly video is something you'll be interested in learning how to make for yourself, keep on watching and do not forget to hit the subscribe button if you're yet to do so. Also turn your notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. Here in this channel I upload sewing tutorials, everything about fashion basically. If this looks like what you would love, let's get into the video. In this video for the Ankara print, I made use of almost 2 yards. It is not up to 2 yards. While for the black fabric, I made use of almost 2 yards as well. It is not up to 2 yards, but it is more than 1.5. Okay, so that was what I used for the two prints. So now we'll be folding our fabric, African print first. For this African print, the black fabric, I used a crepe fabric and it is light in nature. You should use a thicker one. So now what I'll do is to fold this African print into two. Okay, I've opened it up as you can see, so I'm just folding it like this. So you just fold it. You can measure if you want. Okay, because I do not want to waste this fabric, I'll fold it. After folding it like this, watch how I'll fold it again. Okay, you can just measure if you want. So I just measured my desired length, which is 32 inches. I wanted the African print to stop at 32 inches. So after measuring the 32 inches, I now folded it this way again. Just watch what I am doing like this. Can you see how I folded it? So that's how you should fold yours. This way you'll be able to manage your fabric. Okay, so now to know the amount of fabric to fold like this, just divide your hip circumference measurement by 4 and then add how in and free you want it to be. So I just marked my hip circumference measurement of 9 inches and I wanted to add 3 inches allowance to this. So this fabric is more than that, so I'll just readjust it and check again. This 9 inches, and then so basically what I need is 13 inches and I just have 13 inches now. So that's how to know what to fold so that you don't waste your fabric. So you can see that I have 13 inches. Okay, so that is how I knew the amount of fabric to fold for this kimono. After getting this, I'll just go ahead and mark the length again, after which I'll cut it out so that we can start drafting properly. I'll just measure the length of 32 inches. Okay, that is what I want the Ankara length to be. So go ahead and mark out your desired length, and then I'll be adding 5 inches to the black fabric. Don't worry, I'll explain later. So this is the 32 inches. I'll just mark it like this, and then I'll just go ahead and cut this out. Okay, after cutting it out, now we'll start drafting. So you can see how the fabric is being folded, right? Can you see? So on this folded edge, this part where your fabric is folded at the edge, that's where we're taking our measurement from. So I'll just mark my neck width of 3 inches. You can do 2.5 inches if you want to. Okay, and then I came down by 1 inch for the back neckline. If you're on a bigger size, you should come down by 1.5 inches at least. Okay, and then for the front neckline, I'll just draw a V neckline just like so. You know how the shape of a kimono is, so I did not measure this. You can measure if you want to. Now I'll go ahead and cut the back neckline first. Okay, after cutting out the back neckline, I'll be cutting the V neckline, but to cut that you have to separate it from the back. You have to separate it from the other piece. Okay, for that is from the back piece. Remember, this V neckline will be our front. So you have to separate it from the back piece, and that's just what I am doing. So after doing that, I'll just go ahead and cut out the neckline. So watch how I'll be cutting this. So I'll cut out the neckline, and then I'll just continue all the way down like this. Okay, so now our front piece is being opened and separated this way. Can you see? Now after arranging it, we want to attach the black piece. So the black piece for the downside will be 5 inches. So now to know, you just measure the back piece like this. Okay, to know the length of the black that you'll be cutting out, you have to measure the African print for the back and also measure for the front as well. Okay, so that's just basically what you'll be doing. And this is the African print that I cut out. This is for the back side of our dress, and you can see it is 5 inches and it is on fold. So you have to cut it on fold like this, and then you flip it to the right side. Okay, this is also the back piece for the front. We have two because our front side is pleated into two, and then you also flip it to the right side. Then you just place it like this on your fabric, and then you pin this down. Okay, you have to iron this if you can, okay, so that it stays perfectly. So you pin it down like this, and then you just stitch on it using 1/2 inch. And then for the front piece, you also place the other one on the right side. You are placing this on the right side of your fabric, guys. You place it on the right side of your fabric like this, and then you also stitch it down by 1/2 inch. So I've done that for the two, and you can see what it is looking like. This is how neat it is looking like. I am yet to iron this kimono, and this is how beautiful it is already looking. Ensure that they are equal at the bottom. Okay, so you have to try your best to make it equal. Now to cut out that of the side, remember for the back, for the side I also added 5 inches of the black piece to the side. Okay, so to measure that, you just measure what you have. So what I have here is around 38, and then that times, because you'll be cutting out a very long strap. So one thing you should do is to fold the ends of your fabric like this. That is what I'm showing you, and then flip it to the right side. So you fold the ends of the two sides of the black piece this way. Okay, and this black piece, as you can see, is folded into two as well, and it is 5 inches. 5 inches on fold, though, on fold. So what I did was to stitch the end of this fabric, just a tiny stitch. Okay, though it is optional, you don't have to do that part. So I stitched it, just a tiny stitch. I'll be showing you guys what I mean. Okay, so because the crepe I was using was light, so I just stitched it, and it gave it a kind of design that I actually like. So you can as well do yours that way if you want. So depending on the fabric you're working with. So what I did was to place it like so, and then you stitch it all the way around the side of this Ankara. Okay, so you stitch it all the way around the sides of this Ankara, and do not forget to fold the ends like I said. Okay, so now I have stitched one side. Can you see the tiny stitch I made? And it just made the kimono look beautiful. And this is what one side is looking like. So I'll repeat the same thing for the other side as well, guys. I hope you understand every details. So this is the other side, and you can see I also made the tiny stitch. You can see. So I just love the outcome. Okay, and this is what we have now for the two sides and the down part. So what we'll do next now is to fix the front belt, and to do that you also need to measure as usual. Okay, so you just measure from beginning to the other side of the kimono. After doing that, I cut out this strap. Okay, the width is 4.5 inches. So when I fold it into two, I'll have 2 inches, so I'll use 1/2 inch for stitching. Okay, so that's basically it for the strap. This is what I have. and then I'll just place it on the kimono like this. Okay, so it is also unfold as you can see. So I'll just place it like this, and then I'll stitch it all the way around the kimono from top to the bottom, okay, or rather from bottom to the top. So this is what I did for the strap. I'll use this piece to explain. So I flip it to the wrong side and I secure the end like this for the two sides, okay, before attaching it to the kimono. I hope you understand. So this is what I have after I was done, you can see, and I'll show you the down part. You can see, you'll be seeing what we have at the down part as well. So this is what we have. Look at the neck area, it's looking so neat and beautiful. So this is the down part. You can see that it is neat because I folded it before attaching it to the kimono. Now for the pocket, what I have is 9 inches for the length and 9 inches for the width. It is not a standard measurement, okay. So what you do is to fold in one side of your pocket like this, and then you stitch it down. This will be where your hand will pass through, and then you flip it like this and iron all these sides using 1/2 inch or 1 inch. So I'll just do that. After you must have done that, you just arrange your fabric properly. Ensure you arrange it properly, that the neck is well, okay, before attaching your pocket. So I'll measure where I want the pocket to be. I used 18 inches, so I'll just make a line at that 18 inches, okay, and then from the center front like this, I came in by 2.5 inches. That is from the side of this black piece, like you can see. And then I'll bring the pocket. So now I'll explain what you'll be doing. So you remember, you fold this side. Now this is where your hand will go through, okay. So it's being folded, right, and then this side is ironed, so it will also look like this where you iron it. And then the down part, the same thing, and then the side is will be also folded inwards like this, okay. So I'll be arranging it properly when I'm attaching it on my fabric, okay. This is just a rough work, and then you stitch on it like this from top. You just run a stitch just on the front piece all the way down, and you leave the top part open. That is where your hand will pass through. So this is what I have. As you can see, look at how neat it is looking like, and you can see the neckline of this dress, so beautiful. So this is what I have, and now all we need to do is to close our kimono. And to do that, you arrange it again, and then I want my I'll just measure 12 inches. This is where my hand or my arms will pass through. So I just came down by 12 inches like this, and then I'll stitch on it just the way you see me demonstrating, okay. So I'll make sure my stitching is on, if since I'm using a black thread, I'll make sure the thread is on this black fabric so that it won't be visible. So after doing that, just stitch it all the way down. From that 12 inches, you stitch it all the way down, and that's basically it for this kimono. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye for now.